after 3 weeks, it was time to check in. 3 weeks into the new year. Oh my gosh, where has the time gone? I'm still stuck back in September. I have been exercising 4 to 5 days out of the week, and part of me is a little disappointed in that, and part of me is just like, woohoo, I got it done. I haven't taken time off. Starting the 4th, my mother-in-law and I started doing a purification diet called Standard Process Purification Diet. It is not meant to be a sustainable diet. It is not an actual diet change. It is, in their words, it's basically you eliminate almost everything from your diet and then still add back in everything that's healthy. It's supposed to help you get rid of all the chemicals in your body that manufacturers put into food, especially if you eat a lot of packaged food, so that you're not relying on that and it's not hindering your ability to lose weight. I will talk more about that particular diet in another video, a review. I'm 2.5 weeks in. The first week, it was I call it an extreme vegan, and because of that, not only was I missing a lot of the protein that I normally get, but a lot of the carbs too. And I think also being a breastfeeding mother, even though at almost 2, he's definitely not getting everything from me anymore, it still was making a major impact on me, the amount of not food I was eating. I had grand plans. My first week I was going to get back to what I had been doing pre-Christmas crazy season. A lot of exercising, lots of just and it just didn't happen. Within the first day of being on this diet, I felt like a weak little kitten. I was sugar crashing every few hours. I was miserable. I had a headache because I was just so hungry. So I took the week off of running, which killed me because running is so easy to just stop doing, or at least for me, especially when I have nothing to train for. You know, it's just like, oh, running. Do I really want to keep running? Why do I run? Do I really enjoy it? I've been asking myself that question for over a year now. So I didn't do my runs, but I did still stick with my strength exercising. I do a rotation right now of Bob Harper's Super Strength something, a 66-minute long strength video with him, a 48-minute video of kettlebell with him, and then I was also doing some Zuzka kettlebell, which, including warm-up, is anywhere from 18 to 25 minutes. I was just, I wanted to continue working out, but I didn't want to push it, and I was deathly afraid of trying to run and, somehow killing myself because I wasn't eating enough and then putting that kind of strain on my body. The next week, when I was able to have meat again, I started running again, and today is supposed to be my first run. I'm letting my lunch settle right now. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. Last week, like I said, I only got 4 or 5, I actually can't remember right now how many days of exercise I got, but I do know that I pushed it, and I have been suffering from, I think they refer to it as a down cycle, a depressive cycle in my bipolarism. A lot of it's just been triggered by real life stuff right now, which makes exercise for me even more important to try to get in because it helps. It's not the cure-all I wish it could be. I've been super depressed. I shouldn't say super depressed. I'm actually still able to function, and I am feeling better every time I exercise, but I'm having a hard time sleeping right now, which is part of my depression cycle, is that I have a harder time falling asleep, and I sit and dwell on things all day long. Right now, a lot of my depression is focusing on the fact that it's looking like we can't have any more kids. Not Not medically, at least as far as I know, it's not medical. It's just that we don't have good income right now. We don't have a place of our own right now, and it'd just be not good financially and a lot of other things. Not good to try to bring another child into this world, and that makes me incredibly sad because I always imagined myself having 2 kids and not 1, and Corbin is almost 2, and unless something miraculous happens in the next couple of months, we're not going to be anywhere close to trying for another child before his 3rd birthday or a little after his 3rd birthday to be born. And I really don't want a huge age gap between my kids. My sister and I are 6 years apart, and you know, it's hard. My husband has a brother that's 7 years younger than him, and that was definitely hard. I have 2 nieces that are 6 years apart, and that's also, you know, hard. And, you know, I want it, but I can't have it. And part of, you know, I have friends who are much better off, who, when I said that, discussed this decision a couple of months ago, they more or less said, thank you for being a responsible citizen, and part of me just hates that idea, but the rest of me knows that it's for the best. But I feel very bad about it. This is also part of the I'm depressed that life isn't where I thought it would be. 3 years ago, I had embarked on a new life, and we had thought that this wasn't the answer. This is the answer to all our problems. We just thought this was a fresh opportunity that we were actually taking, and it turned out to be a horrendous and expensive mistake. And since then, it's just, we've been trying to recoup from that. We're scraping by, and I am grateful for that, but we also could be doing a lot better. We're putting ourselves out there. It's hard. It's like once you get your foot in the door, then it's easier, but it's getting your foot back in the door. I had a couple of really great interviews, but they didn't want to hire me because I apparently made the mistake of mentioning that I have a kid, and you're not supposed to do that. I've also been dealing with feelings of depression and feeling like I'm putting myself too much first, but I keep reminding myself that I'm doing this for my son. I might not be spending time with him, but I do spend a lot of time with him. I'm his primary caregiver. So I know that I'm doing this for me and ultimately him, because a healthier mama means I'm going to be able to be there for him. But I have a very simple reward system for myself, if you will, for trying to drag myself out of depression or not let it be the only thing I do all day long is sit and mope. I'm primary caregiver to my sons. That pulls a lot of my focus every day, but I do things like cook for the house. I'm a housewife. I do laundry, I clean, I cook. I don't allow myself to do the fun things until I've done certain chores, you know. I don't sit down and finish watching a new season of something on Netflix until I've done certain chores and until I've done my workout for the day, because otherwise I won't. I have Instagram, which I love, but I won't let myself sit down and look through all of my fitness related stuff and non-fitness related stuff until I have worked out and logged everything I need to do, because you know, it will add to my depression to sit there and look at other people who are doing well, who have either made it much further in their journey than I have. You know, they're more where I am, but they're actually getting it done. It makes me feel bad about myself when I know I should have done it and I let myself down, so it's my reward to see other people doing well as well, or trying to offer encouragement to people, what have you. And it probably sounds very simple and oversimplified to say that I give myself these rewards, but it helps me focus. It helps me have goals throughout the day. I often wake up and write down a list of things I need to get done that day, that have to be done that day or should be done that day, and it works for me. And that's my number one thing to anybody is find what works for you. You know, if what I do would make you even more depressed or more likely to fall off the wagon, then by God, don't do it. Find something that makes you happy. Another thing that I do, and I know a lot of people do it, is the just 5 minutes. I will get changed into my workout clothes, even if I don't feel like working out, and I'll tell myself just 5 minutes. You know, I'll do the warm-up. I don't mind doing the warm-up, so whatever. And then, okay, we're just going to do 5 minutes of this, and then we'll take a break, and we'll just kind of half-ass it. You know, just get through the first 5 minutes, and then we'll see how we're feeling. And that usually gets through to, you know, okay, it's been 10 minutes. You know, just get through another 2 minutes. And, you know, before I know it, the workout's done. Of course, usually by the time I'm 5 minutes into most of my workouts, I should say the strength workouts. If I'm 5 minutes into my strength workouts, usually I feel a lot better because I've started moving and I've started working, and Bob is actually pretty damn funny to me, so, you know, I'm inspired. He makes me laugh with his silly, and so I don't mind finishing the workout, and then I usually spend the rest of the time cussing him out because he's making me hurt and laughing about it. My runs, however, lately I've been feeling very uninspired to do them, but I know I need to, and I've signed up for another 5K this year so that I have something to focus on. Hi there. My camera died in the middle of my thing last time, so I was just going to pick up where I left off, except I don't remember what I was talking about, so I believe I was talking about my own reward system for how to get myself motivated to exercise, especially when I'm depressed. And I know I covered the reward system of Instagram and the just 5 minutes, which usually turns into just 10 minutes. You know, when I'm running, I know I mentioned that it was different when I'm running. When I'm running, right now I'm doing set intervals of walk and run to help build up. Every time I'm on a run interval and it feels like too long, I try my hardest not to actually look at my watch. I try instead to pick a focal point and say, I will make it to that point, and then I'll see how I feel. If I'm tired, I'll stop running even though my timer hasn't dinged. That usually works because I get to that point and go, oh, okay, I can go. That usually works, but not always. I've actually been having some really good runs lately, and I'm going to change up my intervals starting tomorrow. Anyways, I think I should stop this video here because I'm going to have help for the rest of the evening if I don't. Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Okay, bye. Excuse you. This is not your video. This is my video. Mwah, 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 mwah. What? You want to say hi? Hi.